okay, I'm I'm kind of just threw everything together here, get ready to hurry. And I'm still like in the process. I don't want to use the corded ones. I'm going to use the wired for this one. So I have to hook these up still. But I have a video pulled though for databasing day, and I will explain that video in just a moment. Sorry, give me 1 second. I hate to start the stream and make everyone wait, but I'd rather be here on screen doing nothing than you guys sitting there wondering where the fuck I am. So, all right. I'm coming. So yes, we had our local, or we're about to have our monthly cult member meeting. So Tina's driving to it right now. That's why I'm streaming to make her drive a little bit easier. Come on, get on Bluetooth. No, why are you loading sound? I didn't click sound. I fucking hate my computer. I don't need this in my ear right now. I swear it's loading. I swear. Now it's included. I'm still putting on my makeup. 8:30 a.m. And a day I don't have to work. All right, here we go. Yay, connected. These new ones connect so much quicker than the other ones. Okay, so for today, I had the idea of, I don't know if I want to do that one. What's the other one? Oh, I thought live Q&A with Katie, or this one she does where she talks about rumors about her, ridiculous rumors spread about her or whatever. But this we'll do live Q&A because this one's a good hour long or whatever. And I have this one on my Google Drive already pulled up, ready to go. I'm going to get it up here, and then I'm going to look at the chat, say hi to everyone, because I didn't realize I haven't said hi to anyone yet. Okay. All right, there we go. Hey, patterns of problematic people. Hey, Java Man. Oh, I just hit my microphone. Sorry about that. So much shit in here. I have to clean up my desk. This is getting ridiculous. Okay. Don't be like me. Get on live chat. All right. Hey, Heather. Hey, patterns of problematic people. Hey, Meow Now. Dana B. Karma Kid. Havoc. What's up? You look new. Hi. Welcome. Java Man. Heather McDonald. I know it's early. I'm not expecting a whole lot of people here. Grace Case. What's up? Oh, it's 2 a.m. where you are? Oh. Do I want you to get your earbuds? I don't know. You can come on with me if you want, sure. If that's why you're asking. In case that is what you're asking. There's the link. sent it to you in Messenger. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, I'll wait then and start after you come on. I'm not sure if I want to leave it like that. Oh, that's another one I was considering doing too. It's the one, the stream she does about when she learned about her friend's husband dying, but I don't know. It just seems a little. I've done it before, and I'm sure I'll do it again, but I don't want to do it yet today, I guess. All right, so I'm just waiting for Tina to join me up here, I guess. I think that's if I read the chat correctly. Y'all in chat just rocket life. Thank you. Oh, wait, I'm not in chat, am I? Really? Well, I kind of am. Yeah, I'm not. I know people are waiting on the jury there in the Depp and the Heard case, and like I kind of think that they'll come back today. I don't think it's going to be in the morning. I think that at least for appearances, if nothing else, they're going to wait until like later on in the day. All right, so Tina, if you're listening, I'm gonna just go ahead and start this for a few minutes, and when you come back or when you come on, I will stop. All right, so this, I don't know when this is from, because I didn't put this down. I didn't add a date or anything with this. I just titled it Live Q&A with Katie Joy. So I'm guessing I just downloaded the file from YouTube, and it's in the title just carried over with it. But this, I know it was on her Katie Joy Live channel or whatever. Judging by the haircut, is 2020, like maybe the second half of 2020, I'd say. I don't know when. I believe this was after Tati had served her, so I believe this was like after November 1st. So between there and the end of the year, I'm gonna guess. And she does a live Q&A. Oh, and I'm gonna be finishing my makeup too while we do this.
Hi guys. I don't know if I am. The lighting is really weird in here. Hi guys. Okay. Welcome everyone. Let me see the lighting on here.
My dog just farted.
I can't decide if I like this lighting or not, but I'm gonna go with it. Seems a little dark. All right, how is everyone? I hope you guys are having a good night. It is very rainy in Minnesota. It rained all day. My dogs are like having a really tough time. This girl back here that's hiding behind the pillow, she has been like terrified all day. And she has been like literally either under my feet. You guys, this hair is getting to a point where it's just at this very awkward length. Look at that. Okay, this is real talk. This is real life.
Now I can hear it.
That's really in an awkward place, and so when I try to tuck it, it puffs out, and it just looks like a mess. Okay, welcome. So on my other channel, I hit 125,000 subscribers, and I figured something out. When I go live and I don't talk about topics, and it's not like a perfectly put together uploaded video that has all of my receipts and all of my stories, they don't want to watch it. It's bizarre, actually. As the channel's grown, like the less I just don't have the ability to go live on there and just be like, hey, what's up, guys? Because nobody, like my regular subscribers that are just watching it for like the tea, they're like, why are you making this about you? And I'm like, I didn't realize I couldn't do live Q&As on this channel. Weird. So I'm going to do it over here because that's where we're going to go with it. You think your driver's okay? You want to be freed up? Oh, Keisha Focht, thank you for becoming my first member. You're awesome. I didn't even know I could do that yet.
What? What? Yo, that's bullshit. You have to turn on membership. You have to set your membership tiers to get members. You don't, it's not just like, there's no default option for it. So for her to say, oh, I didn't even know I could do that. Bullshit. She knew. She set it up.
Cat Pillar wants to know why I gave the channel the name Without a Crystal Ball. Because when I started writing about my family, it was about my journey raising my son. And then I just got known with having that as my business. And the Without a Crystal Ball is basically just a saying that we use in this house. And it's what his doctors have always told us, like, we don't have a crystal ball for, you know, whatever his illnesses are. We can't say what's going to happen with him. We don't know what the prognosis is. So that's just sort of like, it's just about living your life and not knowing what's going to happen and just trying to go with it. And it just became our motto, to be honest. Your members on the other channel, this channel has two. This is a separate channel. So you don't have to feel like you have to become a member on this channel. She just became a member on this channel. There's channel memberships offered on both channels.
See? Offered. Okay. Oh,
okay.
I hear you. Sorry, my StreamYard's taking forever. You'll be there in just a second. There you are.
Hey, I'm sorry. I tried to get my avatar to work, but I can never get it to work. Like, once I get the picture in there, it will never, like, let me upload it. I don't know. I hate technology.
Yeah, my Snapcam keeps resetting itself, and anything I have saved in it, it disappears. So I have to resave everything. It's annoying.
I hear that. I hate it. I hate technology. What the fucking? I hate it.
That was loud.
Oh, sorry. I had to give Davi a treat so she wouldn't be out there working.
So you're home then, I take it?
I am home. It is a blustery morning. I can't see the chat on my phone either. I guess I can see it.
Oh, I wasn't even looking. I was doing my makeup. I'm sorry. Okay, so, this is Tina, by the way. This is Tina. Oh, and the reason why we're watching this video, Dana, is it's a databasing day. So I'm just like playing this to just have it saved up on the channel, and I'll make a playlist with it and just kind of, I don't know, just have it. But this is one of the videos. This is kind of, I don't know. This is one of the videos that stands out in my mind. She, the Q&A and everything, like, it just seems like a lot of this she's directing towards the trolls once again. Although I could do a troll video.
It's so funny. I mean, her definition of a troll, I don't know, you know. I mean, I guess I have my own definition of trolls too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, see, for me, like, there's trolls, people who just like to create chaos for the sake of creating chaos. You know, that's, to me, that's a troll. And then there's like saboteurs, which I would put them like a notch worse than trolls, you know? So, and that's the people who, like, you know, are constantly harassing, like, you know, Steve or whatever on Twitter. Some of the people like to make shit up about me, you know, whatever.
Well, I typically, anybody that stalks, bullies, and harasses, I believe they're a troll. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they claim that we stalk, bully, and harass. And it's funny because I just block and ignore. So
Yeah.
I'm not harassing or bullying anybody unless the new definition of harassment and bullying is to speak about certain things or criticize people on a locked account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
with Katie, I have Katie blocked on everything. So if I criticize her or say anything about her, unless she is stalking me, she will not see it. So I'm not trying to cause her any harm.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's why like this whole like commenting behind the block thing she says. Well, how are you even seeing it if you're not going out of your way to see it? So if you claim that you're being harassed, aren't you kind of harassing yourself if you're going out of your way to see the harassment?
Right. Well, I don't like comedy behind a block just for that reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people can claim harassment then. So why do it? Why? There's no reason for it, at least in my opinion.
All right. I'm looking for the most outrageous stories made up about me. Where did I put that one? I got like 3 places where I have videos and never. Oh, that's I don't want that. Okay, 1 second. Come on, stupid thing. Switch account. Oh, I also have that I'm over it one. She goes off on you quite a bit on that one, I remember. All right. There we go.
No.
Okay, I got it. Let me just switch accounts here. Go.
How do you mute earbuds?
Well, I do it on the. Usually, you just hit like a middle button or something. Or if that doesn't work, like you just tap it once. If that doesn't work, then you could do it. You can mute it on the device that you're using it. Like if you're using it on your phone, you can go to pull up the discussion or whatever, and then you can just mute it there. That's usually what I do.
If I do that, will it leave the studio? Like if I click out of the StreamYard thing, will I be gone?
I think
that's
idea.
What happened last time.
Okay. I honestly have no idea. Okay. Just gonna refresh so that reloads on my account, my real account. Okay, here we go. Let me switch. I feel like I waste so much of my day just sitting here waiting for shit to fucking work. It's so annoying. Here we go.
Read Java Man's post about trolls. It's funny, his comment about trolls, or their comment about trolls. Sorry, I shouldn't assume it's a he. I guess the man.
Okay. Trolls are real. I have trolls. Trolls like being trolls. Trolls troll me. Trolls troll others. Trolls troll trolls too. There are trolls that are real. Trolls are real. Oh, Luminacy. Yep. I can picture her saying that too. All right, so this video is the most ridiculous rumors ever spread about me. So this was definitely like she's just going through a list of things that she just wants to address that she says are true about her. So this is funny.
You guys get to know me. And I was thinking about some of the most ridiculous rumors that have spread about me in the past several years that I've been online working and doing my thing. And I was thinking about some of the most ridiculous, some of the most outrageous, and just some of the most downright mean about me. Now, if you want to join this, you can join my membership here. The lowest membership here is $199 a month, and all live streams will be members only from here on out until things are more calm on this channel and it is not infiltrated by all kinds of hate commenters. We welcome diverse opinions here, but we don't want hate to fill the chat. So
see, it's fucking funny, right?
It's a money grab. It is a money grab. Here's the thing, my channel's not monetized. It never has been. So nobody can say I'm doing this for money. Right? I mean, has nothing to do with that. But Katie, money grab. I'm shocked she hasn't done one recently.
Yeah, she hasn't been live streaming much. There's been speculation about whether or not she's lost her privileges, or I don't know. I don't know how that works with YouTube.
Well, I think she has on IG because, the whole, what's it called? It's very convenient that she brought she got her account back right when.
Right after her court date. Yeah.
Right. Very convenient.
Yeah, I thought so too. Right.
So, welcome everyone.
I sped it up just a little. It's at 1.25.
I hope you're having a good day. It is Friday, December 18th. On my main channel, I have been uploading new content, actually re-uploading content. Today, I actually didn't want to work very much. I just wanted to hang out with my son. So that's what I did. I worked out this morning. I did school with my son. We did cuddling. We did coloring. I just wanted to have a mellow morning and just be kind of just out of social media for a hot minute. So that's what I was doing this morning. And then I'm re-uploading some of the biggest stories that I covered over the year on my other channel. And my goodness, some of my older videos, I'm slightly embarrassed seeing, only because I can't believe I've learned a lot, in editing and stuff this past year. And so when I see some of the older stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was rough. But it's a process of getting better every day and learning more every day, right? So someone was, I'll just start with a really simple, stupid rumor about me. Why does your nose always run, Katie? Because I'm literally allergic to everything. Everything. My whole life is one allergy, and I am constantly in a state of runny nose. And throughout the year, I go from either allergies to winter nose running to that's my life. And it's not because I'm using any sort of narcotics, which is ridiculous to me. That is probably one of the most ridiculous rumors about me, is that I'm using drugs, which is not true. I would not be able to do what I do if I did that. And
yeah, because no one can do anything when they're all coked up, right? That kills me when she says that. Give me a break.
It is Minnesota right now, and it's winter, and this room is cold. And so it's my nose is always running. And if I don't have a fan on in here, it gets really stale. And so it's this constant thing of keeping the stuff running in here so that I can actually breathe, and then not getting too hot, and then dealing with having cold drafts off the windows, which causes me to have a runny nose. And then in the winter and the spring, it's my allergies. But yeah, it's a constant, I have the worst sinuses. I have the worst allergies. I've actually had to have surgery to repair my septum. I get chronic sinus infections. So it's just my life. And I wish it was if it were more exciting, but because that answer makes people think that I'm lying, it's weird because of my specific diagnoses and the medications that I take for that, I have to take drug tests. And so I can't be on anything and still get treated for my ADHD, which, by the way, 1 second.
I'm going to comment on that. Oh yeah, she's going to wipe her nose. I've been on ADHD medications, and I've had to do that drug test and everything with the doctors. And unless you have a good strong history of abuse and they're aware of this, and they tell you when the test is. They don't do it every month. Maybe some offices might do it every month, but when it is. It's when your appointment is to get your prescription. So when it is, even if it is every month. But usually it's once every 3 months. At least that's been the most frequent I've ever been asked to do it. And still, they tell you when it is. it's kind of like they even scheduled they scheduled it like 3 months. Like I go there for my test and to give a prescription, because then you could pick up the prescription for 3 months, but it was, I don't know, it was the way it was dealt out or whatever at the pharmacy. So I had an appointment every 3 months. And when I was there for one appointment, we'd schedule the next one in 3 months. So you knew when it was. Oh, Tina dropped out. I just saw that. Oh, yeah, she's still wiping her. She'll be right back. Katie, that is, not Tina.
And it doesn't help that often when I'm live, I get a runny nose and I need to blow it. So like just I did right now. There you go.
Just real quick in chat. Elizabeth says, EKC, I think all those moderators coming for you suck. I can like you and your content. So do a lot of people. Keep cool the way you are. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if you want to think they suck, it's fine, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what to think. Please, no one give them any hate or anything. Okay. I don't want that. I don't want, definitely don't want ever for any reason. Just, I don't want that, but thank you. I keep losing track. All right, there we go.
Allergy meds only help a little bit. And if you are someone that has allergies a lot and has bad sinuses and has had to go through any sort of nasal surgery and septum surgery, you just sort of know that this is like the life you have. So that's really my life. It's nothing exciting. It's not it. Your nose obviously is a subscriber then if it gets runny when you go live. I know it's running away, right? So that's my story about my runny nose, and it's really boring, but that's it. And let's see what else. Another one is that I practice witchcraft. Last year, this one was going around that my husband and I practice witchcraft. And I was like, this is the stupidest rumor I've ever seen. It's because my husband has a band that it's called Canisteris, and they put out music that is metal. And as part of their aesthetic, they do Old Norse content like imagery and runes. And the Norse runes are actually a language that was used back in the old Nordic times. My husband is actually part Swedish and part Norwegian. And so part of his heritage has been learning about the roots that he grew up in and where he grew up from, or where his ancestors came from. And he's spent time learning and understanding more about the runes and the Nordic language. And unfortunately, those runes have been stolen by groups of people that are not nice, that are using these as.
Oh, shit. Welcome back.
Sorry, I went ahead and got my laptop hooked
That's
up
okay.
so I could use my headphones.
Well, welcome back.
As symbols, or changing them as symbols, or using them to make their own thing, even though that's not what the original meaning was. And so he has always had interest in that. He is, our son's name is actually a Nordic name. Von is a Nordic name that means hope. And if you ask people from the Nordic area about the ruins, they get angry because they have been stolen.
Didn't she just post something not too long ago that she got the name from some football player? Like,
Yeah, she's always said that, but she said something else. I can't remember what it was. It was something else though. Somebody called out a contradiction about it.
Yeah, I thought there was one about, it was a family name, like Todd's family, I think, maybe, I don't know. And then like it was a Nordic name, like she's saying here, and then the football player, I don't know. There's probably more.
Stolen by people that don't have the best intentions, and a lot of them have been now symbolize hate, which is unfortunate because that's not what they were meant for. It's like it would be equivalent to someone taking the letter A and making that into a hate symbol, and it's really sad because that's not what that meant, and it's not what it was ever stood for. So obviously there's some symbols and ruins that have been forever taken, like one in particular being the swastika. You can't use that at all anymore, and that's never one that he's used. But there's just some that you just can't get away from the symbolism of it, right? So because he has ruins on there, and because he has photos of going on a walk and finding a deer that was hit by a car, they said that we practice witchcraft and sacrifice animals.
no,
and that my
no,
husband is a white
no.
supremacist, which are all false. We live.
She said because he went out on a walk and found a deer that was hit by a car and left it at that. That's not it. Lots of people find deer that are hit by a car. People drive by him. Hell, people hit him with cars. That's not it. It's what he did with it afterward that people kind of fucking looked at him side-eye for.
Right. He posed it and whatever, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, oh, look at this cool thing, and just like played, I don't know. It's just why would you do that? I understand like bones are cool. Okay, fine. But this thing was just hit by a car. This wasn't like a pile of bones that had been there for like 2 years. No.
Oh wait,
This was,
I didn't realize it was just hit by a car. I thought it was just the skull of it.
She said that it was hit by a car. I mean, sure, if it was on the side of the road and bones, but how do you know it was hit by a car? If it was hit by a car, you got to know it was hit by a car, you know?
Right. There's just a lot of assuming there, right?
Yeah.
He probably went out and shot it. Who knows?
Well, still, I don't care about that. It's just, why are you fucking with the dead body afterwards?
Right.
We live in the country, and there's deers that get hit by cars a lot here. Actually, I told a funny story not long ago about how in our area, people are really bizarre. And when animals get hit by vehicles, people actually place balloons on their paws, and then they get well balloons for the animals, and then they like tie them to the head of the carcass or to the paw. It's really weird. There has been stories about this, like in the local, like.
I read this story. It was in Canada, and it was because the park, or what, I don't know, the public works department, they didn't clean up this animal. I don't even remember what animal it was. It was a raccoon or something, but they didn't clean up the body for like weeks. So it was right there, like in the center of town in the city. So people just got turned into smart asses about it, and they like tied balloons to it and shit. And they're like, RIP to these things. I don't know. They're like mourning the loss of this raccoon because the body was being left to just sit there and be seen for so long. I don't know what that. I don't know. I heard this story like a few years ago, and it just seems like she's pulling from this story. Like, who's going to do that in the middle of a rural road in the middle of nowhere?
On the radio in our area, our Facebook group is like, for the town that we live in, always has the most ridiculous fights. And they actually started a segment on one of the biggest radio channels here about Facebook fights. And one of it was about these balloons on the deer. It's really weird. It's not like when you hit a deer, it's not if you hit a deer, it's when. Yeah, I've never hit a deer, but they get hit here all the time. Other things that get hit here a lot are, we have coyotes.
All right, quick. Why do you think Katie has never hit a deer?
I don't know. I've never hit a deer.
She has to go driving first to hit it. All right, that was stupid. Fine.
Raccoons, turtles, but deer specifically, like in the fall and in the spring, or the fall and the winter, a lot, because they're like migrating and moving, and they're like, it's just, there's so many of them, and we live in an area where there's so many deer, and so people hit them all the time here. And then people hit, like I said, coyotes, fox, raccoons. So you constantly see them when you're driving here. And because of where we live in the city, they have people that like regularly come out and like clean the streets and like sweep and take out the debris. But where we live, there's no one doing that regularly. So you actually would have to call the city, or you have to call the county and tell them about the animal. And they will decide when they come out and clear the animal. So animals can literally sit on the side of the road, in the middle of the road, for weeks. It's really weird.
I'm in the city, and if an animal gets hit, we have to call as well. Mm-hmm. Like, who in the chat has to call if an animal gets hit? Like, they don't just come and remove them. They're not just like here to remove them, right? You have to let them
they're
know
not,
that they're there.
they're not like Wally, the little cleanup robot that goes around just, ready to sweep shit up.
Right. She acts like they're I don't know. She acts like her town is bizarre because they don't have like street sweepers. Well, we have street sweepers during the fall season, but any other time, no. If there's a dead animal, you have to call and let them know. You call the pound or whatever, let them know to come pick it up.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know
I
who
don't know.
we call, but yeah, like we don't have an animal control agency or department. I don't think. I don't know. I'm not in the city anymore. I'm like just outside the city, so I don't even know what we have here the village I'm in. But in the city, we had to call the police department, and they patched out whoever was responsible.
Right. She just acts like she's living in like, BFE, and they don't have like electricity or something. You know what I mean? It's so extreme.
I know. Like she's like Fargo, North Dakota or some shit.
Right. It's not like she's in Alaska.
But you can have bears. There are not bears here at all. So that I know of, that I've ever seen. So that's that story. It's really not that exciting. He found a dead deer when we were so we live on County Road, right out on that house is like a block up the road is the county road. And it's like, I don't know, you can go like 55 miles an hour, but people go like 65 because we're in the middle of nowhere. And people deer all the time. And so you'll see dead deer everywhere. And the deer happened to be, I think, just around the corner from our house. And he took a photo of it and posted it. Yeah, pretty exciting. There was some skeletons of heads that he took a photo of, again, from deer. Because they decompose and then their skeletal remains will be on the side of the road too. There's just a lot of stuff around here. And we live in an area where there's a lot of wetlands and we just don't have.
This just seems like an awfully long conversation, explanation, whatever, about some weird fucking images her husband took.
Exactly.
It's like, why are we still talking about this? Move on already.
No, because it's got to be,
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be a simple story of this is what happened, this is why it happened, this is how it happened. It has to go on to a long, huge, overblown thing that even detracts you from what she's talking about to begin with, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And meanwhile, she's doing this because she believes or she thinks that this just makes them look normal and explains everything away when it does the exact opposite.
Right.
Like our town doesn't even have its own police officers. We don't have our own deputies. We don't have our own police force. We don't have really anything. The only thing that we do have is a fire department, but the fire department is actually part of the city that is up the road. And so we don't have police here. We don't have really city. It's a small town. We have 2 stoplights. That's it. We don't even have like a store. We don't even have we don't have a grocery store here. We don't have anything. Nothing. It's nothing. There's literally nothing here. We have a Tom Thumb and we have a liquor store and we have.
So I saw something here in the comments. Where'd it go? Where the fuck did it go? Someone just said they were talking about possums. Where'd it go? Oh, here, Tammy. If you see a dead possum, please check to see if it's a mama possum with her babies in her pouch. Possums don't get rabies and are vital to our environment. They don't get rabies? Seriously?
I
didn't know that.
I know they're mean. We have possums here. They
yeah, they can.
They've lived up in my dad's roof, like in his eave. He's caught them up there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're mean little. They're so cute though.
Yeah, but yeah, I've heard that they're mean too. I never heard that thing about rabies, so that's interesting. I wonder why that is. That's very interesting. They do not carry rabies, huh? I'm gonna have to read about that after the stream because I'm curious. What am I doing? Okay.
We have 2 restaurants and that's it, and then a bank, a church, a school or elementary school, which is right to the cemetery. That's weird. And that's not even the elementary school that my son goes to. And there's a post office that has one window that's closed every day for an hour and only open for 4 hours on Saturdays. And it's like everything is super agricultural. We have lots of agricultural companies that are around here. In order for us to go shopping, if we're going to go shopping for like any real stores besides a Walmart, is like 25 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's like Dollar Trees and that kind of stuff. And there's like some little strip malls, but nothing like if we wanted to go to a mall, the closest mall to us, it's 40 minutes away. That's where we live. So yeah, we have 2 stoplights. There's a Tom Thumb. It's like the only Tom Thumb left, which if you even know of Tom Thumbs.
I find this so funny because that's really not that far. Like I grew up on the river and we didn't have any stores closer than 45 minutes away. I lived in South Carolina and it took 2 hours to get to any type of stores. You know what I mean? Like that's 20 minutes is not very far. And I Googled the possum, why it's rare for them to get rabies. It says it's believed that their low body temperature may inhibit the virus and make it difficult for it to survive. Very interesting.
It probably can't live long enough to replicate and take hold and whatnot.
I love learning new things.
That is interesting.
So thank you for whoever said that. Anyway, so yeah, she acts like she's like, I don't know, like she's, you know, it seems that her 20 minutes is really not that big of a. I live in the city, but growing up on the river, I lived around farm country, right? We had rice fields and stuff around us. We lived out by the airport. There was literally nothing when I was a teenager. We would have to drive 45 minutes to get to even the grocery store and laundromat. So,
yeah, I mean,
it's really not that extreme.
The house I grew up in, literally across the street, there was like a little grocery store. Although back in the early 80s, that was like a regular grocery store. But like, we have a mall here, like it's probably 10 minutes away, maybe. But if it weren't for that, then the closest mall would be Syracuse, which is 45 minutes away. So in the mall that we have here, like there's not much. There's a lot of stores that are vacant.
Right. Yeah, the mall that I had when I was growing up, like the mall, it was the mall in town, the only mall in town. And it's got like 5 stores in it now. I think they're going to knock it down and make apartment buildings. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
We have a town center. We have a landscaping company that sells rocks that's right on the main road. There is a trucking company that's right on the main road. And that's it. Like, a dentist. A new dentist just joined. So there's a new dentistry place, a bank, a church. Yeah. A heating company. There's no industry here, really. So you're not coming here to go shopping. Anyways. So that's where we live. There's not 2 stoplights, lots of people that drive around speeding, no cops, and the dead animals just lay on the side of the road. That's kind of where we live. So no, we do not sacrifice animals. We are not into witchcraft, and we are not haters of anyone. Let's see. Next would be another ridiculous rumor about me would be that I have fabricated or lied about my son's health. And this actually is rooted back in when I had a group of friends, that were a group of medical moms that I became friends with. And someone in that group who I was friends with for a very short period of time has decided to defame me for years because she's mad at me for whatever reason. And she has gone from group to group. Every time I get a little bit more attention, she continues to spread this rumor that I have lied about my entire son's diagnosis. She doesn't know anything. She's never been to a doctor appointment with us. She knew my son for a total of 6 months. He was 2 years old before he had any of his primary diagnoses that we have today. and she claims we lied about our feeding tube. We lied about his heart condition. She tells people that we created a GoFundMe.
I thought that rumor started, according to Katie, or the claim was that rumor started with LB. Hasn't she made that claim before? But it was back when she was called Leslie Bass. That's allegedly, according to Katie, she's the one who started that rumor.
I want to think maybe. I mean, I'm just hearing this right now. I don't think I've seen a lot of this video. I'm just realizing that the person that she's probably speaking about the person that was on Cheshire stream with her, and I'm just realizing now that this person is actually real. And it's so odd to me that Katie seems to have the same I believe in life, right? Like we're spiritual beings, and I believe that we repeat the things over and over again until we learn the lesson. And it seems that Katie has the same type of relationships with people over and over again. She can't really keep a friend. Like I'm still friends with my first friend from my life, right? Since I was 5 years old. Like I'm friends with all of my high school best friends. I keep relationships. She seems to not be able to keep relationships. It seems to be a pattern, and then she tends to make those people out to be the bad people, whereas she's the common denominator in her life. So it would seem that it's her, right? It can't be everybody else. You can't have the same experience with dozens of different people and it not be a you problem. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's always the same story too. Whenever these relationships go bad, it's always, with this, they were, they're mad at me for whatever reason, or they, I don't know, harassing me, trolling me, stalking me. It's always the same thing. It's just,
well, look at the Lindsay Chrisley and the Amy. Here, I wanted to point this out. Amy Duggar. I don't think I told you this. So Katie, I had seen on Instagram, one of my friends had posted that Katie had commented on her second Instagram account on Amy Duggar King's one of her posts about Josh, and she said, "I'm so proud of you," or something, right? And then I looked, and Amy is not following her on that account, but Katie is following her. And I looked on Katie's regular account, and Amy is not following her there. I think she probably still has her blocked. So I couldn't find the comment. But then she put out that the Duggars, people connected are starting to realize they're unblocking me. So I think that she did that to try to say that, or insinuate that Amy's unblocked her and forgiven her. And I really don't think that's the case, because that comment didn't come from her regular IG. It came from the other one, right?
I know, right?
But it's just that Amy's just a list of people that were alleged friends, which I really think they had a friendship. I do. I think.
Yeah,
I think Amy got burned.
Yes.
I think Amy realized the crazy train of Katie.
Yeah, I agree. I'm curious though. Does this mean that Katie is commenting from behind the block?
Well, yeah, but she's, obviously she's not. Amy probably didn't know about her second account. So Amy might not have even seen that comment, really. I mean, we can't assume she did. So
right.
I'll be curious to see, though, if she's still, I haven't looked. But I don't typically look into shit like that. But I was like, I wonder if Amy has unblocked her. You know what I mean? I was just very curious about it.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that the friendship was that important that,
No, I think it
cherish
was
whatever
way
by
too much
Amy.
drama. I think way
Yeah,
too much
exactly.
drama that came, and I believe that Katie caused her some harm. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? As
Oh,
she
yeah.
does.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
Fund me fraudulently for his heart surgery, which he did have. And the same group of women also say that I used a GoFundMe to buy our house, which is insane. That's another rumor. But so the one woman says that I have fabricated everything, and in fact says not only have I fabricated everything, but I've also, because she says I'm fabricating it, I'm causing these things on my sons. She says I have Munchausen's, which is, again, not true. And that rumor has been spread wildly on YouTube with no proof, to the point that people debate whether or not I have it, which is weird and creepy and odd. But no, I don't have that. I've never had that. I've never lied about my son's diagnosis. That's the weirder ones. And it was really started this one woman who I knew 6 years ago when my son was 2. And she has lied about all of it. She accuses this one, the same person accused multiple people of having this. And it's weird because I don't know why you'd want to accuse someone of having that specific disorder. It's very rare, first of all, for anyone to have that. Second of all, it's a form of child abuse. And so when you accuse someone of having that, you're basically accusing them of being someone that does terrible things and uses medicine as a weapon against your children, which is nothing you would ever do.
Dude.
So she fabricated that. And then another rumor is that I used the Facebook.
How many people has Katie accused of having it? She used to a lot when before she was the, whatever tea vlogger, whatever. She used to accuse people all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, especially when it had to do with like any parent, and I get the skepticism looking at some parents in like the pseudoscience community that kind of push the shit on their kids. Sure, that's kind of fucked up, but they're not doing it though to make their kids sick. They believe that they're making their kids better. So it's not an accurate, diagnosis or whatever title for them.
Right. But this is another example of it's okay for me, but not for thee. Right? Like, it's okay for Katie to say it, but how dare anybody say it about her? If you say it about her or even speculate about her with it, how dare you? You're a troll, you're a bully, you're a stalker, you're a harasser.
Yep.
Group of special needs moms to buy my house, which again is not true. When my son was 3 months old, he was on life support and he was actually in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 7 weeks before he was born. After he was born, because he was a preemie, he was removed from he came home, and then he actually stopped breathing at home. And I went back it was weird because it's like we came home from the hospital, he was home for a while, and then the day I went back to work, maternity leave, and mind you, I had been off of work for 6 months at this point because I was put on bed rest before I had him, and then my work actually gave me an extension on my maternity leave because he was so sick. So I was able to use like FMLA time off to take care of him. And the day after I came off of maternity leave, ended up back in the hospital, life support. Obviously, I got paid for a very short period of time while I was on leave. After I think my short-term disability was up, I had zero income coming in. And so my friends at school, or not school, at work, I worked for a school. So I say school. I worked for a university. So my friends at the university felt terribly about what happened. And so one of my friends, Kate, was like, this was before I knew anything about GoFundMes. I never even heard of these as an option. Said, I've got up a GoFundMe for you guys. I don't want you guys to worry about money. I know this is really stressful for you. I know he just got out of the hospital and I know he's back in the hospital. And so she set up this GoFundMe for us for his hospital bills. At the time, we had no services for him. We didn't have any sort of Medicaid. It was literally us paying for everything out of pocket with our insurance. And so they raised $5,000, which was our deductible. And so basically it ended up covering his hospital bills. It also covered, it helped us pay for our, I think, mortgage for 1 month because we had no money coming in because both of us were not working. And it was gone as soon as it came in. And then, so we had that GoFundMe. It paid for all of our bills. He was in the hospital for another, I think, 21 days. and he survived. He came home, and then 9 months later.
Yes.
Did she say $5,000 paid for a month of him in the hospital, a month of mortgage, and other stuff? Is that what she just said? How is that possible? It costs over $5,000 to go to the emergency room, let alone have a child have constant care 24/7 in a hospital, in a very you know, high risk hospital setting.
See, I recall her having a conversation or something with someone, another special needs mom, and she was talking about how they're $1 million babies, whatever, because of how much medical bills they rack up in a year. And she made it. She was talking about how her son just reached that $1 million threshold or whatever. Well, that, to me, that kind of comes off as kind of deceptive, because yeah, sure, he may be racking up that much in hospital bills, but not to you, you know. And but she was making it sound like it was their milestone, not, you know, just a milestone, but theirs as a family, you know, like they have to cover this. And again, I've always been under the impression that this fundraiser with this money that she got as a result of this covered like all these extravagant bills. But now she's talking like they were like nothing bills.
Right. And but still, I mean, my point is that $5,000 would not cover a month in the hospital and then be able to pay their mortgage. Right. There's no way. That's not enough money. But she acts like it paid for all this stuff, which really all she would have had to say is it covered his hospital bills, and people, that would have been believable. Right. But because she added all this other stuff, it makes it not believable. Because I guarantee it's way more than $5,000 for a baby in the NICU for over a month. Right?
Right. I wonder though if maybe she's talking about like their cut, what they had to pay, like the insurance covered the rest of it. Maybe they had to cover like they have a I don't know, premium or something. Or,
well, I don't know, but the way she says deductible. It, like if that was the case, wouldn't she say that? She just said she didn't have Medicaid for him or anything like that. She said it was out of their pocket. You have to read it. You have to listen to it again. Listen to her exact words. She said he didn't have, it was out of their pocket. That's why it clicked to me, because I'm like, if he didn't have Medicaid or he didn't have any of this and it was out of your pocket, it would have well exceeded $5,000. How did you cover your mortgage too? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they would not have even covered a week.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I only got paid for a very short period.
It doesn't add up. None of that adds up.
Time while I was leave. I think.
Okay. Let me go back a little bit here.
Not true. When my son was 3 months old, he was on life support, and he was actually in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 7 weeks before he was born. After he was born, he was a preemie. He was removed from came home, and then he really stopped breathing at home. And I went back to, it's weird because like we came home from the hospital, he was home for a while, and then the day I went back to work from maternity leave, and mind you, I had been off of work for 6 months at this point because I was put on bed rest before I had him, and then my work actually gave me an extension on my maternity leave because he was so sick. So I was able to use FMLA time off to take care of him. And the day after I came off of maternity leave, we ended up back in the hospital on life support. Obviously, I only got paid for a very short period of time while I was on leave. After I think my short-term disability was up, I had zero income coming in. And so my friends at school, or not school, at work, worked for a school. So I say school. I worked for a university. So my friends at the university felt terribly about what happened. And so one of my friends, Kate, was like, this was before I knew anything about GoFundMes. I had never even heard of these as an option. Said, I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe for you guys. I don't want you guys to worry about money. I know this is really stressful for you. I know he just got out of the hospital, and I know he's back in the hospital. And so she set up this GoFundMe for us for his hospital bills. At the time, we had no services for him. We didn't have any sort of Medicaid. It was literally us paying for everything out of pocket with our insurance. And so they raised $5,000, which was our deductible.
She did say insurance.
Yeah, she just said they raised $5,000, which was our deductible.
Right, she did say insurance. Yeah. Right. But still, $5,000 still would not have covered a month and their mortgage. Do you know what I mean?
No, wouldn't. Yeah, no, absolutely.
I just don't get why lie. Why make it even more than it is?
Why-
I believe it's because there's somebody out there involved that knows what really went down, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why not include the details that, if they're easy to include and they're important, why not just include it? Why purposely leave them out like you're trying to paint a different picture?
Right.
And so basically it ended up covering our hospitals. It also covered, like, it helped us pay for our, I think, mortgage for 1 month because we had no money coming in because both of us were not working. And it was gone like within, as soon as it came in. And then, so we had that GoFundMe. It paid for all of our bills. He was in the hospital for another, I think, 21 days and he survived. He came home. And then 9 months later, we sold our house. And that was after I had gone back to work. That was after my husband went back to work. It was after we were able to save more money. And we sold our house and we took out a loan against my 401k and bought a house, which we had to pay back the loan on the 401k. And that was it. So no GoFundMe was used ever to buy a house, plus $5,000 would never pay for a house, not the house that we built. And that's about it. So I did not use a GoFundMe to buy a house. What was another?
Wow, that was the most fucking insensitive, entitled thing to say. She's talking about money, that she's talking about a fundraiser used to help her cover bills, expenses, medical things for her kid. Okay, and that she was given all this money that she was raised, and she said no, it wasn't used to buy a house or for like a down payment on a house or whatever. Like not for the house we bought or something like that. You know, like she makes it kind of like that wouldn't even cover a down payment, but not for the house we bought. You know, like, so she's like saying, yeah, that's great. All this money was raised to help us and our son, and yay. And then we turned around and we used all of our real money and bought this big ass house. That's what it comes off as. Like, I don't know. It's just very insensitive. Right.
Other I was going to talk about. No, that's not what I'm talking about. They're saying I built a house with the money. And when the GoFundMe was created, it was specifically to help us with medical costs and costs of living. And people donated to help because they knew that we were not working and they didn't want to have us worried about working. Not to mention that they're trying to twist it to say that use $5,000 to buy a house, to build a house. It had nothing to do with mortgage payment. So, and it wasn't money that we saved. It was nothing. It was literally like the money came in and we had bills to pay immediately and the bills were paid and nothing was left. And that was it. And then we took out a huge loan against my 401k, which I had to pay back and had to pay taxes on. And that's how we built this house. And that was 7 years ago. So no, I did not use a GoFundMe to build this house. Medical bills are very expensive. Then another one was, what's the rumor someone started about me? I was trying to think about all the crazy ones that have been started about me. Don't make my son's diagnosis, witchcraft, GoFundMes. There was something else. I can't remember. I think those were the biggest ones. Yeah, Munchausen one has been the craziest one. Well, yeah, the most recent rumor about my son was that we locked him in a house for a room for 10 hours, which is not true. And obviously the CPS case is now closed. And that's it with that one. I don't know if there was any ones that I think of that made up about me. There's so many. There's so much misinformation about me right now. So many lies, but obviously I can't really say a lot about a lot of the stuff. There was one about me being Matt and Glennon. This was all not true. I didn't date either one of them. People said that I was like sleeping with Andrew or something. Yeah, that was not true. I've never dated either of them, nor would. I'm married, have been married for 10 years with my husband for 12.
See, let me get this one.
Oh.
Okay. In the chat is, let me get to it. wasn't she in some Facebook group where they donated tons of money to her, then they figured her out. Yes, I don't know if they donated tons of money to her though. I know that people bought her things. Like she definitely got like a lot of gifts, and like there was always like some sort of catastrophe going on in her life where people, sent her things, care packages, whatever. I do think that there was maybe one or two fundraisers as a result from that Facebook group. I don't think it amounted to like a ton of money or whatever, but any amount though, really, it matters. But yes, then they kind of found her out, and they had enough. And there's
That was
actually
one
there's
of the
an
people
interview.
that did the video with Cheshire.
Yeah, I'm gonna link that. I'm gonna go find that now. I'm gonna link in the live chat here is the video by Cheshire Vic. She interviewed someone from that Facebook group. So I'm gonna play this and go grab that.
Well, there's another one that I snort my Adderall. That's not true either. There's another rumor that I'm like, my husband needs to be freed. my husband's here free and willing, and there's no one being held here. No one's trolling my husband is what he wants. Yeah, there was the rumor that my husband is, harming my son, that we're in a relationship that's not healthy, which is not true. I snort my Adderall, which is not true. He is a very independent person. My husband is the kind of guy that just does what he wants and never leave the house. Or one of us leave the house. We haven't left the house because of COVID. We go to like run errands and get food and essentials and whatever it is. We do most of our shopping online, but I'm trying to think. There was another rumor that I don't have any long-term friends, but that's not really true. I don't have a lot of friends, but that's mostly because of my son's health, and we just don't have a life that's consistent with being social. So we haven't made a lot of friendships because we can't go places a lot of the time because of his health. And then after a while, you just stop being invited, and it's easier that way. But yeah. That I lied about my son's heart surgery. Like, I don't know how he would lie about that. He has the scars. I lied that he had brain surgery. There's just so many dumb things that people like bring up. Yeah, this is a very like isolated life. You don't spend a lot of time with people. You don't see a lot of people. My son hasn't played with another kid since March of last year. So the word about the Adderall and drug use, it's really weird, because if you were worried about someone being a drug addict or any of those things, like, why would you make fun of them if that is what you are struggling with? If I did that, then they would drag me for it. But yeah, there's so many dumbers that are constantly being circulated, and half the time I don't even want them any, momentum, because you're like, if I talk about it, then you're making people know about it, but whatever. The thing that makes me look the most upset is he looks fine. Yeah, that's the one thing that they talk about is my son looks typical. So of course he can't be sick, but you can come over. There's very untypical things about our lives, guys. It's been that way since birth. Some do, some do. We get good medical care. He's got good doctors. He has good nurses. He does not have a nurse here today, though. So that's why I was kind of helping my husband. I'm trying to think of anything. I don't know. I think that's the main ones, right? The most ridiculous one is the honestly is the witchcraft one. That's the one where I'm always just like, why is this even a thing? How are people literally like believing that we're like, and even if we were witches and we're into Wicca, like, why would that matter? Right? Even if we were pagan, then why would it matter? Like, it would be like telling someone that's a Christian that they can't be a Christian. We're not doing witchcraft and we're not Wiccan, but like, I would never shame someone that is a Wiccan, So I know, so bizarre to me. Dating Andrew Glennon. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one. So many. Don't have sources. I make up my stories. So many ones that are so silly. My cousin is again, most people have no idea what it is, right? Like, and even if someone is, like, who are you to judge and who are you to shame them? Like, who knows? At the end of the day, that's it. So yeah, I think that was all I had for this stream. I feel really tired, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do on the main channel for today. Like if I'm going to upload anything or if I'm just going to take a break. I just literally have been having like a very mellow day and I'm feeling really mellow. And so I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I was looking at some of my biggest stories of the year and just re-uploading them in case people had missed them. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just, I don't know. Do they shame them for, I don't know. I would hope not, Scarlett.
When this is over, I wanted to address something. I'm just putting it out there. Otherwise, I'll forget.
I feel like everyone has a right to believe whatever they want to believe. I'm not a believer. So that's my stance, but that doesn't mean I care if you believe. I just think it's really sad that like, there's like the thing that's like crazy about all of this is like, there's legitimate things that you could actually be upset with. And then there's all of this stuff in the middle that's just ridiculous. And you're like, I don't know. The stuff about my son has like got so out of control to the point that like people, I think the one that really upset me the most is literally that I don't know who this is to blame anyone specifically. I don't know who audio enhanced that audio or who amplified the audio and spread the rumor that husband did to my son. But that was the worst rumor that like literally had real life consequences for us and involved in
Can you hear me? I can't hear Aaron.
Let's hope you can.
Oh, now I can.
People come to our home and say that we're doing things for kids. It's like, what kind of time do you have on your day that you're literally listening to audio, increasing the audio, and then trying to guess through an audio enhancement what someone's saying and judge something where you have no visual of what's happening and you have an autistic child with a meltdown? Like,
is it better?
I don't know.
So I have to agree with her on what she just said.
I'm not muted.
And then someone said, well,
I heard you. You're not muted. I think it just froze up for a minute, yeah? Yeah, I think it just froze up for a minute. I don't know. She'll be back. There she is. Hello.
Oh, I still can't hear shit though.
Really?
You switch over to these, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Now I make people hear. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, yay, now I can hear. Okay, my Bluetooth just evidently it kept connected to my computer, but it just stopped working with my with StreamYard for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, my bad. All right, I'm gonna pull it back up. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Shouldn't be online. That's another
I can't hear this though. Why can't I hear this?
rumor. It's like you spend no time with your child, and that's also not true. Oh my God. Jesse just sent me a ornament of Joe from Tiger King. Yeah, but our son is an awesome kid, and we are a pretty normal couple that just do life and live where there's nothing here. And we keep to ourselves for the most part, and life is pretty chill. And I have a really stuffy nose right now.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't. I can't hear it at all. And if you were talking to me while I was playing, I couldn't hear you either. I can only
can you hear me now?
when I'm not playing it. I can hear you.
And
Yeah,
we keep to ourselves for the most part.
When-
And life is
the stream's set.
When did she say the GoFundMe was? Just curious.
I don't even remember. Is she still working, or she maybe just left work or something? I want to say like the first year of her kid's life or something, first year or two, anyways.
Okay.
Why the fuck isn't this working now?
pretty chill.
Can you
I
hear
have
it?
a really stuffy nose right now.
I can hear it.
I don't understand why the fuck this isn't working for me though. All right,
Maybe the
Go ahead,
universe is telling you it's time to get off. It's been almost an hour and 20 minutes.
yeah, you know what? My dog's pacing around out there too, so I can finish this one or whatever at another time. Real quick though, I just want to address one thing. Well, I'm here, so I don't have to address it any other way. I got an email. I'm just gonna say someone named Cassie. I've read the emails Pork Chop showed me. So why was you replying to Unicorn when she offered you advice? How's that working for you? Apologize. Yeah, fuck you, Cassie. Okay, there we go. I'm done with this shit. Fuck you.
Wait, what? Say it again. Sorry.
I got an email from someone named Cassie saying, I've read the emails Pork Chop showed me. So why was you replying to Unicorn when she offered you advice? How's that working out for you? Apologize. So, fuck you.
Apologize for what?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it just seems like, I mean, everybody needs to think about what the distraction is. Okay. So all of a sudden, like, these people have went after person after person after person. The person before us was Claire, right? And I spoke out about Claire. Somebody told me stuff. I asked for evidence. They denied giving me any evidence. So what could I do with that, right? I can't believe their word because it's internet, and we've learned that we can't trust everybody on the internet. Anyway, so now they're coming after us. What are they distracting everybody from? That is the key, right? Because if they're focused on us and they're talking about us, who are they not talking about?
Katie.
Who is the one person? Katie.
And they're
right.
And they're all like, they're all like saying good things about her in each other's dreams now.
Well,
what the fuck is that about?
So my whole theory, and I've had a theory for a couple years, that there were people in the community trying to disrupt, distract, destroy, right? And it seems to be the same people. And I don't care if you don't like me, you don't like Aaron, you don't like Steve. But if you go to Unirock because you don't like us, you're going to somebody who you know and you've said is a liar, is dishonest, is a fucking troll. then you're nothing but a troll. Hence my list, right? If you're gonna play with trolls and you're gonna act like a troll, then you're, in my world, gonna be a troll. So I will block you. I will denounce anything to do with you, which I did, and I'm done. But I just want everybody to think about, what are they trying to distract us from? They are trying to distract us from what Katie's got going on. She's got lawsuits going on. She just had a court date. Like, why aren't they talking about that?
Yeah.
Possibly because they're here for Katie, right? I mean, just think about it. I don't tell anybody who not to watch, who not to support. I don't care what you do. Support who you want. Go where you're celebrated. Go where you're celebrated. That's all. That's my stance on it. I don't bully. I don't harass. I don't do the shit they say. Just really think for yourself. Let's have some logical thinking here. Why are Tina, Aaron, and Steve like public enemy number one right now? What are they trying to detract from? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. I feel like so many people just like completely almost missed this whole like court appearance this past week because of all the other drama going on. I mean, it's just, they're working extra hard, it seems like. I don't know.
It's
I
the
saw in the
Nat
chat
thing all over again.
Yeah.
The Nat and Toddy lawsuit all over again. You know, Nat obviously is mentally ill. I want nothing to do with her. She got me in serious legal trouble that cost me a lot, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that, money-wise, like everything. I don't want no part of her. I again, troll, blocked. It's irrelevant to me.
I hear you.
But what are they detracting from? Why are they coming for us? I've been through this, and I've seen this with T-Spirit or with T-Detox, like when we figured out she was a mod for Katie. I've seen it with other people. It's been over and over again. I could name a list of people that this stuff has happened with.
Oh, no, Robin, we don't think people are speaking about us to detract from Katie's lawsuit. We think that people are just fucking with all the Katie anti-Katie channels or whatever to distract from the lawsuit. It's not just us. We think that it's all this drama is being created and it's being hurled in all these different directions to try to occupy people with something else. I don't know. I don't know what else how else to explain it, but that's what I think is a very good possibility.
I haven't trusted a lot of these creators. I haven't trusted a lot of these creators. You know, T-Spiracy lied about our interaction together. I still can't figure out why, but it's irrelevant. Like, she's lined with Uni and she's a liar. She's blocked. That's cool. And she did that video, and that did the community a huge disservice. That video did a huge disservice to the community.
Just letting you know, there's someone in the comment here. Oh, we know you could make a list. So yeah, I'm taking.
Oh, yep, I made a good list, didn't I? I made a good list. Thank you. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
All right, bye. Real quick, I'm gonna say thank you to Grandma Lori for the super chat or super sticker, and also like thank you so much. And I see here, where'd it go? I don't see it, but I see it. Little Mousy Girl says, where'd it go? EKC, you have a Patreon. I didn't get the email yet, but thank you. Yay, thank you. Oh, what's this? Oh, this got deleted because. Oh, thank you. Okay, sorry, I'm going through chat here. All right, on that note. Oh wow, you guys are all coming hard for Tina now, aren't you? Oh, isn't that cute? I'm gonna be sure to screenshot these games though. Okay. All right, guys. Bye. Thanks for being here. See you later.